Hello everyone. So today we're doing a bit of a tech review that I have because I ordered a phone a while ago and I got it a few days back, and it's a Fairphone 3, not a 3 Plus but a 3. It's honestly quite nice using this. It's really easy to use. Haven't had too many issues. It's quite advanced for a phone of what it is. So turns on by a touch finger on the case. Oh, you gotta use the index. Don't remember which fingerprint. And yeah, so you can open it with your fingerprint or all that. So the other thing is that it's also really nice interfacing with this phone, or whatever you want to call it. The screen has got a really tough glass on it. I think it's Gorilla Glass last time I checked. Performance is quite nice. I haven't had too many issues with using it. It seems to play YouTube videos fairly nicely, and it uses Discord, Telegram, and all the other services. As of being able to use anthrodex, which is one of the websites that I use, I just searched on my Google, or whatever web browser you're using, and I can log in through the website through just doing all that. Yeah, and it loads up, and yeah, I can only use it on my phone quite nicely. I'm already signed in with my PC, so it makes things a little bit more easier for me when I've got that sorted. And it runs web applications, apps really nicely. I'm able to see all kinds of stuff through that. The phone's quite thick versus a standard smartphone, but there's a reason for that. Oh, there it is. And that is because this phone is actually really fixable. So what do I mean by fixable? Well, it's modular. So inside this phone we have what are known as modules. So a module is essentially a part that the device manufacturer has made so that I can able to remove parts when need be. And there's the instruction manual. So it has a dual SIM, being able to plug in two different SIM cards. So you could use them in different areas and all that, where one mobile phone company may not be supporting a certain, all that stuff. The battery is replaceable, so you can able to take that battery out and actually put in a new one if that battery dies. Or perhaps you want to carry around two batteries, so you don't want to have to carry around a charger, a battery, your charger, your power lead for that, and everything else. You can just carry around an extra battery, pop open the back and slap it in. It's completely replaced. I can replace the screen, the camera. I can actually upgrade to a different device part, such as, for instance, I can upgrade the camera module to a much better quality one if I wish. As of the camera, it takes really nice pictures with the display. Let me bring up camera, and I can able to hold it like this, or able to sideways, because you don't get that small photo, you get a nice one. And I can do selfies with it. So yeah, it's honestly quite nice. You take really good photos of yourself. As of the front camera, the one that faces away from you when you're looking at the screen, it does really nice photos. I can zoom in digitally. It isn't obviously an actual physical zoom, it's only digital, which, I don't do a lot of really far away photos when I'm using a phone. I'm only doing things that are most likely, a room's distance at most, so probably 5 meters. The fact that I've been able to replace any of the parts on this phone means it's a lot more environmentally friendly, because I don't have to go and buy an entire new phone if something breaks, which is an incredibly, really good option. How about that, Apple? Maybe you can make your phones modular like this, so you can be able to buy parts when your parts break. So, yeah, that's the box it comes in. Sorry I didn't really make an unboxing video, but I was just so excited to actually get a proper phone. It doesn't come with anything other than the phone in terms of items that you would use. Oh, there it is. It comes with a screwdriver. Just a tiny little Phillips head screwdriver with the words ferphone printed into it, so it's actually an actual made for that phone. Got a little funny little backing on it. It's quite nice using that. So I can replace the modules on it, I can help to buy the parts for it. It's a lot more responsibly sourced as well, so from what I understand they try to use ethical as possible factories that manufacture the parts, so that's the other reason why these aren't, you know, like high-end flagship phones. They only got, you know, they would normally have like 4 or 3 cameras on the front. It's got an NFC reader, by the way, as well, which makes it really useful for being able to scan things like UV keys, which are a small security key that prevents people from being able to log into your accounts even if they have the password. They've got to have this in order to log in as a 2-factor authentication. It's better than using your phone. So if you can, log in using one of these. There's lots of videos on UV keys and other such keys. They're just a supply here in New Zealand, which means I can get them. As of the weight of this, it's a little hefty, but I've gotten used to the weight of phones. Without the bumper on, it's a little bit more thinner, so it just pops off. The side, by the way, also the back of this case, as well as being see-through, it's also made of recycled plastic. Some of this phone's actually recycled material. I think it's like 40%. So obviously it's a lot more thinner without that bumper on. Probably only a few mil, you know. Use that screwdriver as reference. So it's not like super thick, but it isn't super thin. I don't like my phones being thin, otherwise they just, you know, crunch. Not in a good way. So without the bumper on, I kind of feel a little bit, with it, like I feel a little bit more hesitant to hold it. But yeah, I can able to use it. And if anything, it's the phone is incredibly nice to use when it's yeah. So overall, this phone's actually quite nice. It's got a good amount of storage. I can run, you know, several or more apps on this at one time, and also use it as a daily driver kind of deal. I'm not just, you know. Yeah, and I've played music over the speaker on this while I was in the shower, and it's got a really big speaker located down here, right there. So it's 2 little holes, 2 little rectangular holes. That's the massive loudspeaker on the side of the phone, and it plays really loud. It's really nice. It has apparently 20 hours worth of battery life, which I've been able to use quite a bit of battery life on this, and it's honestly quite nice. So it's a really ethical phone, so So I'm glad that there's companies out there that actually are putting more effort into trying to make devices more ethical, both for the environment and also for our society. So yeah, these devices are made to be fixed by the user, which honestly is really nice. Considering most devices these days are glued shut and essentially soldered and everything in place, where I just need this to fix it, this one device. No programming, the reserializing the parts, no needing to go to the manufacturers to get, you know, them to send the phone out to somewhere in Australia or somewhere else in the world. No hate to Australia, by the way, there's a lot of cool things there. And honestly, I really do love the way this phone works. It's not overcomplicated. There's a saying, keep it simple. That way it's easy to use. It's, you know, it's a lot more likely this phone will outlast your newest iPhone in terms of, not by battery life, but by life itself in terms of the device, when you can just go and buy a part for your device. So it's a really nice usable device. I haven't had too many issues with it, and also it's really, really enjoyable to use compared to the previous phone, which was an Android phone yet again, but was a lot more lower quality phone. It was a $30 phone. Made for you, it says on the box. So here's my older phone. A little smaller display. Hold them up side by side. So this is the new phone, this is the old one. I don't even have the battery in this one, I've taken it out. Apparently you can send your old phones back to them. We'll have to look into the details if that's, you know, the old, you know, fair phones that you had, you send them back to. Yeah, so this phone had a lot of issues with it. The memory wasn't a lot, the battery wasn't that good, and also overall, you know, I can't fix this if something breaks. It's pretty terrible. You don't know who made it. You know, this phone's a lot more responsibly resourced. Yeah, so the box only comes with a screwdriver in the box, because they believe, you know, sending all these extra dongles and cables just makes a heap of e-waste, which, yeah, it does. I love the fact they use recycled plastic. It's a great option, and you know, and just one last, you know, show you. You can see everything in the back, which I actually think is really cool. Not a lot of phones have a see-through case. Not a lot of devices these days do. Yeah, well, I've got something else that's see-through, which is a Pi 4 with a 7-inch display touchscreen. Yeah, I'm holding it upside down. But yeah, like seriously, this is why I'd support companies that do the right thing, is they say vote with your wallet. I'm not really a politician, you know, into politics, but I try to do, you know, my part for the environment, and one thing is responsibly sourced phones. So yeah, it's a good option, and honestly, I'm definitely going to be keeping, you know, an eye on this company and seeing how they do. You know, will they come up with new ideas? Will their next phone be better than the last? And if they make a new one and I get it, I'm going to send this back to them so that they can recycle it, which honestly is a really good option for, you know, it saves costs, because one way is that the company can then use, you know, the parts from this to make new phones, which I really do wish other companies did more of. Seriously, I really do wish. And honestly, it's a lot more safer for me to be able to replace the part myself than having to send it off to somewhere else in the world and it getting lost in the shipping. And I don't want that to happen. You know, I keep my stuff on here and my account's connected to it. I don't want to send it off to some third party who, you know, And I don't really like the idea of sending it back to the company to repair it, because you know, it's just as risky. I'd be able to just buy the part, pop it in myself and do it all. And it's a lot more nicer using this. Yeah. I hope you like this little tech video. It's all different than normal content, but I honestly enjoy using this phone. So you may see some content that I use from that camera. It's a lot more better than most of these other devices. I really do hope more people vote with their wallets when it comes to the devices they buy. It's not how it looks, it's how it operates. So you can have the most god-awful looking device and it will probably look, you know, I won't judge you. You know, I judge by how it's, you know, performance-wise and also how well is it able to be fixed. So yeah, with that said, see us around and hope you have a brilliant day. This is the first ever furry tech review. See us around.